Hi there, Malcolm here with my 345th Booktube video, and today we're bringing you a review for Marvel's Select Daredevil / Punisher 7th Circle. And this is written by Charles Soule. This was released in August 2025 and is the reprinting of Daredevil / The Punisher from 2016. When I picked this one up last night, I wasn't hugely enamoured with it. I haven't watched the Punisher TV show, and my wife and I only got through the first few episodes of the original Daredevil series. So not really two characters that I've followed much. Picked this up expecting a testosterone-fueled machismo thing of two manly men beating the crap out of each other. However, I was pleasantly surprised. Now, I'm not saying there was a lack of testosterone-fueled men beating the crap out of each other, but there is a depth to it that I wasn't expecting. Essentially in this one, Matthew Murdock has arranged for a prisoner to go and stand trial in Texas to have an apparently impartial jury, but where they also have the death sentence. This guy is a piece of work, done some very nasty things. And Matthew Murdock, in his lawyer guise, is using his position to ensure that this guy gets what he deserves. However, the Punisher has decided to be a little bit more forthright and attempts to assassinate this guy, not expecting that Daredevil is suddenly going to get in the way. And so what ensues is a chase across the city as Daredevil is trying to get this guy to the airport and flown off to Texas. The Punisher is trying to kill the guy, but unwilling to cause collateral damage. And another character called Blind Spot, I've never heard of, but seems to be to Daredevil what Robin is to Batman. So he's not doing it all on his own, but neither is this criminal who has his own guys who try to bust him out, including one iteration of the Crimson Dynamo. All the while, the Punisher is in his Terminator mode. He's seemingly unstoppable, will use any means to continue the chase and attempt to kill this guy. So it's very high octane action where, yes, you have Daredevil and Blind Spot fighting the Punisher, but they're also fighting this prisoner, what was his name? Antonov, who clearly doesn't want to go to Texas and has his own agenda. And of course it then does throw up that more dilemma, who is in the right and who is in the wrong. Should the Punisher be allowed to execute this murderer of children? Is it any worse than Matthew Murdock sending him to stand trial in Texas, where if he were found guilty, he'd find himself on death row? Yes, it's legal, but the end result's the same. But then if Matthew Murdock wasn't wanting to have him killed, he'd have him stand trial in New York. And there are a couple of moments when Daredevil almost oversteps the line when it comes to dealing with the Punisher, when it comes to dealing with Antonov. It's like, should I just let you fall? Should I just squeeze that neck a little bit harder for that little bit longer? Another while, the Punisher is also trying to get into Blind Spot's ideals and say, actually, Daredevil is wrong in this. If this guy's allowed to live, more people may get hurt. And indeed, during the course of the story, more people do end up getting killed as a result of him being allowed to live. So who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? And it's all really exciting action as well. Unsurprisingly, the artwork is dark and gritty, which really fits the theme it's gone for. I'd say it's worth buying. I couldn't quite give it full marks though, because as I mentioned in my previous video, my wife has really opened my eyes to the use of female characters in graphic novels and how badly they are often portrayed. And in this one, as I've already mentioned, this is a testosterone-fueled, male-centric story. There are a couple of female characters who pop up just because they happen to be in the background, but that's it. I mean, a couple of them get spoken lines like a random mother who's held hostage. Please, no, my children, please, is her only line. And a female officer who, along with her partner, encounters Antonov. Her partner says, hey, you hear something? Yeah, I think I did. And then they see Antonov who falls over, and the partner says, sir, can you tell us what happened? And she says, I don't like this. Her partner then reaches out to test his pulse. You better call it in. She's holding her weapon out, saying, right, and then things kick off from there. And that's it. That's the entire female spoken input in the entire book. Now, of course, you don't necessarily need the female characters in every single story, but I've been really made aware lately of this situation that a lot of graphic novels do fall into. Yeah, the main characters are both men, the villain's a man, and Blind Spot's a guy as well. Yeah, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but when the only female characters are in there are an old woman who is targeted as a ruse, a mother who is held hostage as a human shield, and then a female officer who adds some rather meaningless dialogue before getting brutally murdered by Antonov. This could have been handled better in that regard, perhaps. Like I said, I went into this not expecting very much. Really, really enjoyed this. I read it all in one sitting. Lately, it's taken me 2 or 3 or 4 sittings to get through a graphic novel in the time I allot myself to do it. So if you're curious about the Daredevil or the Punisher, or you're fans of them, this might be a book for you. particularly where you have the two characters are different sides of the same coin in terms of dealing with bad people. So have you read Seventh Circle? What did you think about it? Or what book did you pick up recently that you thought, this is going to be okay, and actually find out it was really, really good? Comments down below, please. But as usual, if you have nothing nice to say, then please keep it yourself. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all the YouTube things if you want. Until next time, see you later.